Hello and good afternoon, agents. Thank you so much for joining us on these weekly webinar series every Thursday, 2 p.m. We know that you guys are busy, and so we like to keep it to just once a week, and we definitely appreciate you taking the time to join us live. Of course, we're always live because we want you to have the opportunity to ask your questions and get answers. And so we are super excited about today's topic. But first of all, I guess I better introduce myself. I am Adrienne. I am the content creator here, and I actually have my coworker with me, Sarah.
Hello.
This is her first webinar, and then she's actually going to be doing next week's webinar because I will be out of the office. So she's kind of learning how to do all of this for next week. So as always, we want this to be a conversation, not a presentation. So please comment, give us some feedback, say hi, let us know you're out there. We appreciate that. And I see a few more people jumping on, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing started. We don't like to waste time around here. So today we have Justine and Kevin with Aetna, and Justine is going to be the one doing the presentation today. So hello, Justine.
Hello, thank you for inviting me, Adrienne, and I'm ready to go whenever you shoot that over to me.
Awesome. We are making you the presenter now, and then we're here for the ride. Hi, Sandra. Sandra commented, hello.
Okay, so can you see my screen real quick?
Yes, we can.
Perfect. Well, hello. Thank you again for taking some time to learn a little bit about our cancer and heart attack or stroke plans. My name is Justine Sawyers. I'm your regional sales manager for the South, and you had Kevin Moore who's listening in. He can chime in whenever he wants. But today we're going to be showing you the highlights and the importance of the needs analysis for the cancer, heart attack, or stroke. So, and then we'll go over some easy to tools you can use online, some resources, and so basically, let's get started.
Yes, thank you so much. We are definitely wanting to get the word out about this to our agents. We don't want them missing the boat.
No. Well, as a reminder, this is for training purposes only. It's not approved for clients. That's why we have those brochures out there for them. Today's agenda, I will be covering the Senior Supplement Side Division, known as SSI. We'll be doing the highlights of the needs analysis. We'll do an overview of the CHAS product. And in addition to exploring I thought I just said that, didn't I? What am I doing? We have double takes on this. Sorry, my mistakes. They duplicated everything on here for me. Well, anyways, I'm just going to share a little bit about our company and a little bit about our division itself, because we are separate from the Medicare Advantage side, the Part D side, because I'll get calls asking me, well, I can't find your products on Producer World. I can't get it from Ascend. Well, because we're different. That's a good thing, right? So we actually run our ship a little different. Everything that you'll need, actually it's on my next slide right here. You can do everything from your agent portal. It's aetnaseniorproducts.com. On the left-hand side, the members can access it and manage their own membership. They can change bank account or bank information, add claims if they have to claim for their policy. They can submit it there and check on it. And even the providers can check to see if they are a member. So, I mean, everything is from the website. Okay, I'll move back up. Sorry about that. Okay, so as you can see, we are in Nashville, Tennessee. There are 400 people that are readily available for you. You can call us, you can email or chat. Chat's awesome. You can just do that while you're on the phone with your clients. You can get your answer right away. And I'm mainly pointing that out because we constantly get people thinking they're not able to find us, but they're going the wrong route. So.
Right. No, Aetna is known for being there. So we definitely appreciate Aetna for always being there to answer our questions.
Well, good. Well, we'll continue doing that for you. So not only have we been in the insurance industry for 35 plus years, but we also have top financial ratings. So when you take a look at our different charters, you'll see that we have like AHIC, ACI, CLI, And Ascendo actually is our newest product line that we've added to our portfolio. So you can rest assured that the Aetna brand is not going anywhere. It's just another option for your clients. Okay, so that need analysis I keep bringing up, it's the key to, you got to listen to your clients and just find those triggers on what they want, because that will be what will help you close. Point out where they're really worried about. Is someone in the family with cancer, or they just need to be more aware of it, because the bills can stack up if they get diagnosed with cancer or suffer a heart attack or stroke. I mean, this insurance can help them manage those expenses and preserve their savings. I mean, you can simply ask your clients whether if they know anyone who's had it, and that'll start the conversation, because most likely they have.
Right. Absolutely.
So like sharing the facts and stats, you want to, what's related, what can help them understand that the risks are real. What comes to mind when you hear 41% of men or 38% of all women will be diagnosed with cancer? How would you cover these expenses? How would you feel if it drained your savings or your investments? You can tell them, I've got a plan. We can look to see if it'll help, fit your budget, because we've got that quoting app. You can toggle the amounts, but that way they can have that peace of mind, knowing that if the worst thing does happen, they have something set in place. Because you're not trying to scare your clients, you're just trying to help them prepare. That way they'll know that, they'll need to come to you and get this. So it's just better letting them know that there's a solution out there to help them with their problem, and they can sleep better knowing it's all in place and they can focus on getting better.
Absolutely. It's definitely all of you guys on here. It's your responsibility to make sure that you educate, your community, your friends, family, clients, everyone, that this is a thing, that there is such a thing as a cancer policy, because unfortunately, it is something that most people know about and have been affected by it. So for them to know that, earlier on in life as possible, that there is such a thing, would be more beneficial for them.
True. And you know what? I actually got the plan myself when I started Aetna, and because it's in my family. And I started looking at the statistics and thinking, okay, it's eventually going to hit me, or it's most likely will hit me, because it's in my family, it's in my DNA. And so I even maxed it out, and not just that, but I did it 2 days before my birthday, because I'm cheap, right? I wanted to save that money, so I locked in that rate. So I'm saving $12 per month for the rest of the life of the policy. So it's nice that you can lock it in. And I might be stealing the limelight from my other slides, but they can lock in at their younger spouse's rate. So it's just nice that they can fix it and not have to worry about it keep going up, like say another type of Medicare supplements do, which that's a fact of the policies. It's just how they work. But with this, at least they get it fixed and it's locked in. Okay, so even more astonishing is the fact that every 2 minutes that a child is diagnosed with cancer. And you'll learn that later that our cancer plans do provide, as I mentioned before, they can lock it in with that even family rate that'll help cover those younger family members too.
That is so sad.
It is. You think the most tiniest individuals are the ones that are really gonna suffer the most. I don't know. There's no words to put it. So you can think of the good news. Their survival rates are increasing, but the bad news is that the costs are going up, and everything is just costing more these days. And unfortunately, it doesn't factor the stats. They're still there. You're still going to have to do it. As you can see, 40% of the costs associated with cancer are indirect. So a lot of people think, oh no, I've got a plan for it. I've got a Medicare Advantage plan. Yes, it'll cover for a lot of that, but there's those indirect costs that people don't really think of. You've got transportation, who's taking off, or even, if they do have those plan in place, they still have those medical plan deductibles or co-pays, along with medical supplies, or lodging. So there's a lot of things involved that they really don't consider when they think, oh, well, I've got a plan, I'll take care of it. Well, it'll take care of a portion. You still got that other factors. And most times that's why people stress over it is because they're like, how do I pay this other stuff? How do we make, the lights still stay on? So, and if they are still working, they're going to have to take time off to take care of themselves or take care of that family member. Who's going to cover that loss of income? So
Right.
costs really can start adding up.
So I did have a question about these statistics, if they
Okay.
are available, like afterwards, like if agents can have access to these stats.
I believe they're on our brochure, but they're in a prettier format.
Okay. Okay, awesome.
So
Hey,
yeah,
if nothing else, Adrian, we can also send you a copy of this that you can share with anyone too.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, moving forward. So other things you want to say, this plan's not just cancer, it's also heart attack or stroke. So you want to ask your client, do they have coverage for a heart attack or stroke, or do they know anyone who has suffered one? It's not for someone who's older. I mean, there's young kids who even have strokes, like, on the football field, with perfect health, things happen. So it's just something to get them thinking of, keep it in place. That way, if anything does happen, they have a plan that'll pay out for it. So here again, as you can see, the risks are real. Heart attack is the #1 cause of death for women and in the whole United States. I mean, you really wouldn't think #1, but it is. So about 720,000 Americans will have a heart attack this year. Stroke is the 3rd leading cause of death in women and 5th in men. And it can happen to anyone of age. Just like I said, I mean, it's just anyone could be affected with this, and it's a lifetime process. Because I know when my grandfather had a stroke, he lost the whole side of his body. I mean, I think it was his left side. So he had to live the rest of his life in a wheelchair and with assistance. So again, these are things we don't really want to face, but they're real.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions so far? Next one, yes, and we'll give you these slides. I'm sorry, I'm not used to the way this new format is. I can't get that thing even. So let me see if I can do a little. It won't let me go like slide to slide. It just has me roll it. Okay, so where are we? You could see that. Okay, so the good news, as I mentioned earlier with the cancer side, there are good news on the heart attack side. 85% of people who have suffered a heart attack are surviving. But again, the bad news is that that's the leading cause for medical bankruptcy due to the inadequate health insurance, or those indirect costs that a lot of people don't really think of. And you can see right here, the average out-of-cost pocket for a year is $22,000 for heart attack. I just can't speak now. Heart disease is $22,000, and then stroke is over $23,000. So again, I mean, these things really do add up, and people don't want to dip into their savings because it's there for, a reason. They want to keep on floating. So if they have something like this, and if they're on a Medicare Advantage plan and not paying a monthly premium, they can pay $30 for a plan like this to cover that. So it's something that they can have in place on top of whatever they have with, Medicare Advantage, or if they have a Medicare supplement. This is in addition to.
Right.
So cancer, heart attack, stroke. Oh gosh, I don't know. They put that on there. I guess we're trying to put the name into your head. But as I mentioned before, a lot of our plans, I guess that was before the start of the show. I was just mentioning how I love our ancillary products because they are 18 to 89. So anyone can be a prospect. I mean, you don't have to worry about the restrictions of talking to them because this isn't Part D and this isn't Medicare Advantage. This is a plan that anyone can be affected. And, we have benefits as little as $5,000 up to $75,000, and it's in 5,000 increments. I did the 75 myself, and then I even got the reoccurrence so that if I had to file, I'd always have it in the background, I could still pay onto it. We'll go into the recurrence in a bit, but the point is that it's like having 2 policies in one. And, if your client if your client wants a policy and let's say it's 25,000 and then they talk with their family and realize we need more, they can have another policy. It just can't max out the 75,000. So, I mean, if you know, we have a lot of clients that come back and ask for more because they realize there is a benefit to having this. There is a 30-day waiting period, which means, you know, if they tried filing within the 30 days, maybe they knew something, but they do have a 30-day waiting period before they can file a claim, but it also gives them a chance to back out. So that way they don't feel like they're really locked into place.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions so far? Gosh, I
Not
feel like I'm running through these pretty quickly. Okay, so as I mentioned before, you know, yes, they can add their younger spouse. So if they're got a 20-year difference, they're going to benefit from them. Or they just want to cover their self and their children, or if they want the whole family, like the Duggars would, they would have cleaned up, you know, with all 19 kids, they wouldn't pay additional for each person. So it's really nice that, you know, it's grouped all in one. And also the children, once they reach like 18, they have till 18 to 26 where they can come off and get their own policy without having to go through underwriting or proof of insurability. So it can transfer to them. So if they graduate off, hey, they can still have that plan for themselves. And of course, each person gets their same lump. So when it's just family and those Duggars, if they did 20,000, each person gets $20,000. So it's, you know, even if one person claims, they still, as long as they pay their premium, they will still get that money. Okay,
right.
so
I just want to stress to everyone listening again. So when you're writing, I don't know if you're going to go over this again or not, but if you're
yeah,
writing application, you have to put that younger spouse first. And that's how it works, right?
yes, it gets rated by the younger person.
But for that to happen, you have to be sure to put them first on the application.
Yes, they would be the primary on the application.
Okay.
So as you can see here, the cancer, heart attack, or stroke offers flexibility choice with options. They can choose the cancer plan, or they can choose the heart attack or stroke, or they can do both. And the neat thing is they can do different amounts for each one. The cancer insurance, if it's diagnosed with cancer or carcinoma in suit, this policy will pay 100% for the selected benefit amount. So the clients can pay that money for whatever they want. They can do it for the medical costs, any other expenses, or unfortunately, you know, if they decide that it's just too late and they don't want to seek treatment, they can use that money to pay off bills, travel. The money's theirs to use how they see fit. Now, the only cancer that it doesn't cover is basal cell because it can be cut off and it doesn't spread, but everything else does count. And with the heart attack or stroke, if they're diagnosed with it, again, the policy will pay 100% amount to help for any expenses they have. So, I mean, it's basically they bought the policy, they can do what they want. You know, upon first diagnosis is when we will go ahead and cut the check for them. Any questions so far?
I don't see any coming through. I know it kind of lags sometimes, but remember, agents, if you do have any questions, put them in that comment box.
Yeah, we can always go back to, but I mean, as a best practice, you always do want to review the policy and the state-specific outline of coverage, because sometimes some states might be where we don't have the Cancer Plus available. We just have the regular one. So again, it's always look at our little product availability sheet, and it'll tell you specifics, like like some states, and not why you're on here, but like the dental, vision, and hearing. Some states are dental only, so our sheet will tell you, and that way you'll feel comfortable on if you're telling them about the plus or you're telling them about the regular. And the only difference between the plus and the regular is there's no reoccurrence. So that's really what it is. And the reoccurrence is a great thing. Again, even though they claim, as long as they still pay their premium, that policy will still stay in force and they can claim again.
So which one was the reoccurrence one?
It's right here. It's the plus. Think of it, it's the plus is, you know, it's better. So if they do have to claim, and let's say they kept the policy, and once they hit their 2-year anniversary, that's when, if they had to claim again, they would get 25% of the amount that they had invested. So yeah, I'm trying to think of an even, yeah, 25% of the whole amount. And then after 9 years, they will be fully invested. So even if like for myself, if I had claimed and I waited, and I'd say, wait, I'm going to schedule my cancer. No, and let's just say down the line, 9 years, I develop it again, I can have that whole amount all over again. So
Awesome.
that's on both. That's the cancer and the heart attack. So that way they can, have two policies in one. They don't have to go out and get another cancer policy thinking that this one's, dead. No, as long as they pay their premium, it stays in force. Which is why the family plan's great. That way if one does, it still covers everyone else, and everyone else gets their own amount.
Okay. Yeah, no, this is built out pretty great.
Mm-hmm. And if you look at if you do the quotes and just play with it, you'll see that it'll just be like a couple dollars more to add that reoccurrence. Now, we do normally have a little, I guess, a slide that shows the United States, and you click on it to see the state specifics, but that requires us to take time going onto the internet. So I went ahead and just showed you the product availability sheet. That way you could just look real quickly. You can tell, well, we don't have the regular one on here, but there are some states that do not. So Kansas, that might be a state that we have the regular CHAS plan in. I'd have to go look it up in the agent portal, but I just wanted to have this convenient for you guys to see how you can see everything, especially if you have multiple licenses. You can see, oh, wow, Kansas has all these plans, or Texas has all these plans. So it's really nice. And on the other side of the sheet, it does bullet points, gives you kind of like the highlights of each plan. And I used that. I still have it above my desk, but I used that like every day when I first started, because it was just great, points of each one, like what are the age limits, or what makes this one a little bit different. So again, we can send that to you guys so you can just think of it as your cheat sheet.
Yes, and I like that kind of visual too, because I feel like a lot of our agents don't take advantage of this one contract. That's the thing, right? Like it's one contract and you have access to all of these products, and that's why it's
and no
so
certifications. No certifications.
So important for you agents to just let your clients know, let people know, like, this is what you can help with. You offer this. All you have to do is put it in their court, and if they get diagnosed, you would say, unfortunately, I told you that I could have helped you, kind of thing.
Yeah, well, we can help someone else in the family.
Right.
But yeah, I can't burn out. You can't cover a house that's already on fire, right?
Yeah. Don't be like your client gets it and been like, oh, I should have offered it to him. Don't be proactive. Go ahead and let them know. Don't be like, oh, I could have.
So this is the slide I was referring to, that you could click on, but it will take you to the internet, and that way it'll show you that was going to take time. But I left it in there so you guys have access to it later. So we do have easy online tools that even like when COVID hit and there was a lot of those agents that were stuck to, their tangible processes. I do paper app, I fax, I do all this. Well, when they had to switch gears, resistant as they were, once they tried it, they were like, wow, why wasn't I doing this before? Yeah, they're that easy. So we'll show you, let's see, do I have the online? Yeah, I'll go into the enroll quick. So right now, in front of you, you'll see our quotes on the go. That's where I was mentioning you can toggle. I like to think of the Price is Right, the wheel that does that beep, 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 because it's the same concept. So if you had a family that you wanted to see how much it would be for the whole family, or just the wife and the children, or the amount, that's what it really is if they're looking to, we only can afford $40 a month, then you can customize the plan by that rate, because it'll instantly calculate everything for you. So you can go to your app store, if you've got an Android or an Apple, a smart device, your tablet. If you go into your app store and type in quotes on the go, you can download it, and this is what it looks like. It's great. I mean, it's so easy. You could be flying down the freeway doing a quote, which I don't advise. It's just telling you how easy it is, because you don't have to log in. You just have to put in the zip code, the age, male, female, the effective date, and go. And then that way you can quote all products, You can do 2 people at once, or as I mentioned before, you can change the amount so that you can kind of limit that premium to what they can afford. So
Right.
you know,
I feel like I
play
should
with
put
it
the plug in though, don't quote and drive.
just flying down that freeway, right? It's that easy. uh, so we have the Aetna quote and roll, and that's where I said all those tangible agents that were paper driven tried it and actually found it very useful. And I think of it's kind of like enrolling for dummies, because we've done our 2.0, where before the 1.0 people were like, I can't, or agents getting to the next page because it wasn't highlighted. Well, our 2.0 has solved that. So it'll basically bold or highlight what you missed. And unlike paper applications, where I'd say almost all of our issues are on paper, because you faxed 14 pages, we got 14 garbled pages, or we can't read a certain part of it, or they always answer the wrong questions. If you go through the Aetna quote and roll, it will lead you down the path. So if it is an, let's say, open enrollment, it's not going to ask those underwriting questions. Or if it's, let's say, well, yeah, it's usually the people who do that. It's the wrong questions. We don't need to ask those questions. If you just do the app through the online, it will step you through, and it'll take you where you need to go, basically. So all those agents saying, did I click the right button? Did I do? No, it'll guide you through it. And we have videos that are available 24/7 that you can actually, listen to and do it with the video. So, I mean, we've done everything to make it easy for you. And of course, we're always there for you. You can always chat with us if you don't want to hang up the phone with your client, or because, we have several options to enroll them. I mean, they can do the secret question, which is our preferred method by most agents, because it's easy. You ask them, like, what's their maiden name, what's their favorite color, or you can email it to them if they're, PC savvy, or if you're in front of them, we have the tablet option. So we just made it to where you have so many different reasons, ways to submit that application for them. And of course, we're always here, as you mentioned before, we're always here able to help you. Or you can call me, call Kevin, call us.
That's what I do.
Yeah. That's what we're here for. I mean, that's why I say, if it weren't for you, I wouldn't have a job. So, I'll do anything to make sure you are successful. So,
right. And then
yeah.
Mathani in Texas, she commented and said, hi, Justine and Kevin. She didn't realize how easy it was to quote. Like, I think she's talking about the cancer, heart attack, and stroke. She didn't realize how easy it was to quote like it is the DVH. So
yeah. And I love that toggle. So hi, it really makes a difference, because I know when you're talking to seniors, they're constantly thinking about, obviously, the what ifs, but how they're going to pay for this, how are they going to do this, and so this way it can help you fit their budget, because it does all the math for you. I was a calculator baby, so when I saw that, I was like, yay! I hated doing the calculations myself. It does it all for you. So as you see in front of you, just in case any of the information gets compromised, we want to obviously protect you, and most importantly, the client. You can call 1-800-682-3213. And this is for all business electronics, mobile devices. Make sure they're encrypted. And again, let us know if anything does get compromised.
mm-hmm.
So we're here to help. And this is where I was saying you had different pathways. You can send us an email, and lots of times if they're unable to answer, if you send that inquiry, they'll forward it to us, and then we'll go ahead and respond for you or to you. Then you've got the live chat that actually is monitored by our seasons rep. So, that way you get an answer real quick. Or you can call, and we'll be able to help you there. Now, if you don't get that twang, hang up and try again.
That's great advice.
Yeah, I was like, nope, you don't sound twangy. You're not from Tennessee. But yes, unfortunately, we do get high call volume, or I'm almost tongue-tied today. High call volumes, or how do you say that? Well, we get a lot of people call us at once, let's put it that way. The overflow will go to our call center, and they will be the ones that you'll hear that have kind of a Jamaican accent. If you want to hear the twang, hang up and call again. It's just the overflow goes there.
Okay. Thank you for sharing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, or you can call us or you can email us, whichever it is. We're always
Mhm.
there to help you. And so again, we will be sending this so you can have it as reference point later or do a screenshot so you know how to get a hold of us. But gosh, man, that was right on the dot, 2:30.
Yeah. And I don't see any further questions coming through, but I have questions for myself.
Hey,
I think like my first question is always marketing. So, I mean, surely Aetna has some like one-page flyers, brochures, postcards, things out there to
yes,
help.
we do. We have preset ones that you can go to the agent portal and download. Or if you want to create one, you could just send it to us and we can get the blessing on it.
Okay. So I just want to make sure that all the agents are aware, like you can still like market just like the cancer product. It is
Yeah,
okay to go in there
yeah.
and just do a cancer brochure blast to your clients. That way you can sleep at night knowing that you let them know.
Yeah, and I mean, and the thing is you're not under the same restrictions as you are with, Medicare Advantage, where you can approach it. There's no restrictions on this. Obviously, just don't lie. But the thing is, you can approach anyone that's 18 to 89. So I mean, it leaves a wide path of who can be your prospect. Let me see if I can go
Right?
back up. So
Mathani
those type of
question
things.
or Mathani commented and said that she's definitely going to be purchasing it for herself because her and her
Mhm.
husband are 22 years different in age. So,
Ah,
so that's smart though.
wow. Yeah,
She's
yeah.
gonna
She can say,
purchase
I caught that. I saved you that
That's a
money.
great buy right there.
it. Exactly. And then I think me and Sarah are sitting here like, man.
Yeah, it turns out to be a big saving, especially if there's a family. And then
Right.
I love the fact that it can carry off with the child if they go like if they, I guess 18 to 26, if they decide to be off their parents' insurance, they can also take this with them.
hmm So I'm kind of curious too. I think one of the biggest questions, I don't know if you said this during here, but the biggest question when it comes to a cancer product is the look back period, right?
Oh, as far as cancer, talking about the
Yeah.
underwriting questions.
Right. Yeah. I feel like that's the number one question asked when an agent calls in, like what's the look back period? You
Yeah.
about to
So
chime
on
in?
this product, I'll jump in, Justine, if that's okay. I think I
Go
can
for it.
answer this one. So on this particular product, we have a 5-year look back. So if they've had cancer before, but
Mhm.
they've been healthy and cancer free for the last 5 years, then they would be eligible.
Okay, 5-year look back. Because my Mimi, she just hit her 5-year mark of being
Oh,
cancer
Oh,
free.
wow.
So I was
Yeah.
curious.
yeah. Get the quoting app and look at it, see what it would be for her, and then you could change the amounts and max it out if you want to.
Yeah, definitely gonna be doing
Um,
that.
Real quick, you had asked what's the difference between our cancer and heart attack versus our cancer heart attack plus.
hmm
The regular one does have a 10-year cancer look back. So it was the 10-year and the reoccurrence. Those are the two different things. Not all states approved of the plus yet. So, we still have some out there. And that's why they can still get a cancer, heart attack, or stroke plan. They just won't be able to get the reoccurrence. And unfortunately, the look back is 10 years.
Okay. All right.
But very few
Yeah,
states
very
still
few.
have that version of the product. Yeah. I mean,
What about
there's maybe 2 or 3 states that have that old version. Everything else is going to be the newer version.
Okay. All right. So Arkansas is newer.
I believe so.
Let's see.
I'm trying to stump you
No, you
She's
guys.
got
going to look right here.
yeah, you got the plus.
Yep.
Well, looky there.
Which states
And
still have the older product? Does it even show on here?
no, it
No, it
doesn't.
doesn't.
Nope.
Probably like Kansas, I can see, I bet, is one of them. Minnesota, we may not have anything there. Anyway,
Mm,
yeah, so very few don't
okay.
have the newer version, which would have, like Justine said, the 10-year look back instead of the 5-year.
Okay.
You
Well,
know,
I
on our
don't.
e-apps, oh, go ahead.
No, you're fine. You
No,
go.
I was going to say is on our e-app, if they want it, the things neat is you type in their information, you can tack a policy of each if they wanted it. So there won't be separate applications for each product. So if you had a client that did get a Medicare supplement and they wanted that cancer, heart attack, or stroke plus plan, you could do that. And the digital vision and hearing. You can do all three, or again, all of them on that same application. So it makes it easier. You don't have to ask the information twice from your client.
I
Makes
feel
it
like we
simple.
should give Aetna a round of applause for that, because I feel like that is the number one reason, and not to here, I'm going to say this, but in a positive way, number one reason like agents write Aetna Ancillary, because it's so easy. It
I'd
is
like to
like,
take credit for it, but thank you. I can't, but
I mean, the products are amazing as well. Don't get me wrong there. I don't want to take away from that. But in all honesty, I feel like most of our agents write the Aetna Ancillary is because you literally just tack it on there and you do it all at once, and it's so easy.
yeah, and that's part of the
Thanks for
frustration
saying
of a
that.
lot of agents.
Yeah, absolutely. And I hope that some of you agents on here today are listening to this and realize this, like light bulbs are going off, that this is what, your competitors are doing. This is why they're so successful. This is because they get it done all at once. So
Mhm.
love it, guys. I love it. Thank you so much. I don't
Well,
see any further questions coming through. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up unless you had anything else you wanted to plug in.
I don't think so. Thanks for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
Yes, absolutely. We appreciate this partnership so much, and love that when I call and ask, hey, will you do this? Y'all are on it like that. And you're like, of course. So thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us and our agents. And hopefully we have a lot of great feedback from this.
perfect. Thank you again. If y'all need anything, just holler.
Absolutely. Thank you again. Bye, agents.
Bye.